Hey there folks, and welcome back to Star Citizen. Today we're going to take a look at the Freelancer. Oh, and if you're wondering, the system review is going to be coming out in the next couple days. I just have to tweak the audio so it sounds a little bit better than last time. Alright, at any rate, this is the Freelancer. Let's just quick take a look around the ship first. This is a transport. It's a long-range transport. It has the jump drive, so it can do interstellar trade as well as trade within a solar system. So that's something to take note of. It's also decently armed. It has 2 Class 3 mounting points, which are on the wings. These are these missiles. And then it also has 4 Class 2 mounting points, which are these right here. And it also has a Class 5 turret. I don't know if you saw it. It's right up there. So it's actually quite well armed for such a small little freighter. However, so far it does not look like you can customize the Class 3 mounting point. It looks like that's all that you can stick on there for now. It might change later in development. We'll have to wait and see for that, though. And I'm not really sure what this little doohickey is down here. It could be a sensor, communications. Maybe it's supposed to be a tractor beam, but it doesn't say that we have one. It also could be a shield generator of sorts. We're not entirely sure yet. And then it also has quite a few thrusters, but because it's such a large aircraft, well, not aircraft, spacecraft, it probably won't be that maneuverable, but we'll have to wait and see. At any rate, this is how you get in the craft. It's kind of cool how the staircase actually functions as a piece of landing gear. And now we'll take a look at the secondary cargo bay. Doesn't look like there's much in it yet. You have a hook or a crane. And then you also have some computers and some screens and a seat. And a handle, just in case, you know. The oh shit handle. And then we have another screen. We have 2 ladders that go up to hatches. Perhaps those are EVA hatches in case you need to do some repair on your ship. And there's no dock anywhere near, so you can just go out there. Anyhow, this is the main hangar bay. There's also cranes here as well. And in this, there is the turret. Can't quite get in the turret yet, but it is there. And that's actually kind of nice because it's a rear-facing gun. So if anybody comes up from behind, you have a way to defend yourself. So that's always nice. And now we'll take a look at the living area. We have 4 beds. So presumably one's for your pilot, one's for your gunner, and looks like you might be able to have 2 passengers as well, which is very nice. Or maybe even 2 extra crew, we're not sure yet. And in these little beds you have what look to be fold-away screens for TV, computer, checking up on your ship vitals. And also looks like there's some storage that's hanging from the beds. Same thing in both. And up here it looks to be some storage for, you know, pots, pans, clothes, other things that you need to stow away on a ship for a long journey. Food. Food. We also have tables, which look like they have monitors in them. So we don't know if maybe they'll have a purpose. Maybe they're just there for decoration. But they are some sitting locations. We have our sink and our... not sure what this stuff is supposed to be, but we have some more storage down there. And then here we have our toilet and our shower, which is ever important on long-duration missions. And now, well, one last thing. You gotta have places to store your clothes, and there they are. There's a little bit of dead space in here. Perhaps you can put some boxes of personal items or something in there, or spare parts for your ship. Yep. And then we have 2 auxiliary consoles. Don't know what they do yet. Perhaps one's for monitoring your system power, shields, and so on and so forth. And here we have our pilot and co-pilot, or pilot and co-pilot, depending on which country you live in. Anyhow, let's get in and take a look. It's a very, very nice, well-made cockpit. The modeling on it is great, just as in all the other cockpits I've seen. One thing to note, though, is the visibility is quite poor compared to some of the other craft, like the Constellation, and really pretty much every other craft that I've reviewed so far has a much better field of view out of the cockpit of the craft. But it isn't a fighter craft, so I can understand that. Anyhow, as for the controls, you have W, S for your roll, or I'm sorry, W and S for your pitch, A and D for your roll, Q and E for your yaw. So, looks like those are working. Let's get out of here. As you can see, this is actually in the open position. For some reason, I decided to get in the cockpit, and when I left, it didn't close. So, because this is still in very pre-alpha, not everything is working yet, so I might have to file a bug report and see if they fix that. And one last thing. We have a ramp. And they decided to add this little section to the ramp so the approach and departure angle isn't quite as steep as it was before. Before, it was just this little ramp section, and when it went down, the angle to get up was quite steep, and you couldn't get your gray cat in there, but now you can, which is nice. So, this is the Freelancer. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but for a cargo ship, it's fairly well armed. It has all these mounting points. In fact, I'm going to show you what it looks like if you were to put all of the guns on it. Here we go. And the... let's see here. Let's move this around. Oh. Put that there. Put that there. And we should be able to see what it looks like. Yep. That actually looks fairly formidable. I mean, those are Class 2 mounts, so they're more powerful than what you get on your Aurora, your Avenger, your 300 series. The only thing that could really... that really has guns this big are capital class ships, things like, or possibly your Hornet, but that is a dedicated fighter. And one thing to note that I've noticed is that it looks like these pivot. So it looks like it rotates around like this on this axis. And if you look like this, it looks like it might even go up and down. So these might be automated turrets. We'll have to wait and see, but that would be pretty cool if you could actually aim them and you didn't have to move your entire ship. And if that was the case, this would be quite the little sleeper. I mean, somebody would try to attack it, and it would really be quite like a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's a pretty cool craft. At any rate, I think that's going to be about it for this episode. If you have any questions, comments, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Alright guys, we'll see you next time.